And Nick Myers and Joshua Clark on the line, just a real force on the defensive line. Really, really, just a kid that all out at the end of the game. It wasn't that big, but at the end of the game, you knew he'd been in the game, and so did the other team. Justin Collette, a real good player for the Scots. Collette certainly had his days here at Maryville, and we honor him. Trenton Schuler, kind of an abbreviated career, 3 good years here, and was the first team running back and got very ill and probably lost 40 or 50 pounds. Stayed out a whole year, was going to come back, didn't. His medical situation continued. We were thinking he might come back this year for a 6th-year red shirt, but he did not, or a medical red shirt. He did not come back. And we'll probably have him here at halftime. But what a great running back he was. Not all that big, but tougher than just about anybody out in the field. And he was the type of guy that when you went to tackle him, you better bring your friends, because he wasn't going down by just you tackling. So those 4 captains enshrined today: Nick Myers, Joshua Clark, Trenton Schuler, and Justin Collette. And congratulations to those young men. So we've got a game coming up today. The game today between Methodist out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. They are 1-5 and 1-2 in the USA South, and they'll be taking on the Maryville Scots right here at Honecker Field. Maryville 3-3 and 1-2 at in the conference. So these two teams fighting to stay in the conference, but with 2 losses. And Huntington, who Maryville lost to last week, Maryville getting that automatic bid is just probably not going to happen. So the bagpipes are playing, and we will be ready to go here just shortly. And again, the captain's walk, what a great honor for those young men, and what a great tradition.
Welcome to Lloyd L. Thornton Stadium and legendary Honecker Field here on the beautiful campus of Maryville College for Homecoming 2017.
Yeah, that's right. This is homecoming. I'd forgotten about that. And right here coming up in front of me, C.J. Phaeton, the Associate Athletic Director. Always good to have him. C.J. played, I guess, receiver at the University of Tennessee. Came in as a quarterback. And he's been a fine addition to the Maryville Athletic Department from an administrative standpoint, also from a knowledge standpoint of sports, and also from the standpoint of bringing diversity to this university, which they work so hard on. So that was C.J. Phaeton. And as my good friend Greg Judkins, the PA announcer, reads the official rules of the USA South and the NCAA, we're getting ready for a game here in just about kickoff will be in just about 19 minutes from now at 2 o'clock. So we'll be ready to go here shortly. Again, it's Methodist 1-5, 1-2 in the USA South Conference. Maryville 3-3, 1-2 in the USA South Conference. Maryville lost the opening game to Berry. They went ahead and beat Hanover after that. They also beat Emory and Henry. They lost to a team that hadn't won a game in North Carolina Wesleyan. They beat Greensboro here at home. And then in a game they dominated in every aspect of the stats except for the score. Maryville lost to Huntington at Huntington last week. So Maryville drops to 1-2 in the conference, which is the important aspect, as this is a USA South Conference game right here today. And the same record for the Monarchs of Methodist College in Fayetteville. We're going to go ahead and do the national anthem. So please do what's appropriate.
Cadet Colonel Shannon Martin, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Casey Lawson, and Cadet Second Lieutenant Alexander Tulloch. The color guard is advised by retired Air Force Master Sergeant Brian Hoffman. We proudly honor America with the presentation of our national anthem by Maryville College's own lads, featuring Austin Blue, Robbie Clemens, Alex McCulloch, Zacchaeus Bruce, Sam Phillips, Ian Schomer, Jacob Williams, Nick Mackey, Jordan McCulloch, Jared Martin, Zach Massey, and Andrew Koski, directed by Alan E. Laser.
Well done by the Maryville chorus
ROTC. Thank you.
as the colors march off the field. Interesting to look around, I think, with all the controversy going on about the flag and all that stuff, whether you adhere to it or not. Interesting to see that even the tailgaters out in the grove under the trees to the right of us stopping and standing for the national anthem. It's a free country, folks, and we're here going to watch a great football game today as the Methodist University Monarchs take on the Maryville Scots. Again, the Monarchs 1-5, 1-2 in the USA South, and the Scots are 3-3 and 1-2 in the USA South. We are at Honecker Field, and Lobby Honecker, a coach of long standing here, kind of a nationally known coach, was here for many, many years, and this field named after him, and this is Lloyd R. Thornton Stadium. You can get us, of course, if you want to pass it on to mcscots.com, and we'll be streaming not only this but other events today and through the year. This is football season, of course, about halfway through, and we're getting ready for basketball season coming up too. The ladies and the men Scots have been out on the field practicing, so had the opportunity to watch a couple of those, and they're in good shape. Well, let's talk about football today. And the Scots have an issue at quarterback, which has happened many times. Adam Diggs, the quarterback for the Fighting Scots, he's thrown 10 touchdown passes. He's averaging just about 200 yards per game. He will not play today as he was diagnosed with a concussion after a vicious hit while he was on the ground last week, a spearing hit, which there was no call, and they're talking about that now in the conference. And Adam Diggs will be out. He played the rest of the game, did not realize he had a concussion, and neither did anybody else. But when they looked at the film and then they went ahead and put him through some tests on last Monday, he did not do well in those tests, so he'll be out for a concussion. That's Adam Diggs from Fulton High School, just down the road here in Knoxville, Tennessee. They've got a great football program at Fulton. Who probably will start will be either Kane Adamson or Chris Castillo, head coach for the Fighting Scots. Sean Hayes told me more than likely it will be Kane Adamson. Adamson to this date has played in 3 games. He's 15 of 19 with 1 interception, 1 touchdown, and his completion percentage is very high at 79%. If he cannot go, it will be Chris Castillo. He's 10 of 16. He's been in 4 games. 10 of 16. He's throwing for 62.5%, 104 yards, and 1 touchdown. So those two, let's mark it as Kane Adamson as the starting quarterback today for Maryville. Also for Maryville at left tackle, it will be Kyle Larson, number 72. Larson is 5 feet 11, 275 pounds. He's a sophomore, and he is from St. Simons Island, Georgia. So Kyle will start at left tackle. At left guard, it will be number 77. That's going to be Devin Montgomery, 6'2", 275, another sophomore, and he comes from Spring, Texas, went to Spring High School. That's left guard Devin Montgomery. The center, the lone starter from last year on the field, on the offensive line, will be number 70, Jesse Munoz, 5'11", 255. He's a senior, and he is from San Marcos, Texas. And also a right guard will be Justin Bird, another senior, wearing number 58. Justin Bird is 6'1", 275, from Memphis, Tennessee, went to Ridgeway High School. At right tackle, number 66 will be Kyler Long, 6'4", 265, a sophomore. He hails from Harmony, North Carolina, went to North Reddle, I think I've pronounced that right, high school. So you've got 2 sophomores at left guard and left tackle, and a right tackle sophomore, and 2 seniors in Munoz and Bird. That's your starting offensive line. At running back, you're going to see Elijah Chenier. Chenier is wearing number 3. He's 5'8", 185 from Baytown, Texas. Went to Sterling High School. And Chenier is the man who carries most of the load. He is 95 attempts, 513 yards, 5.2 yards per yard average, and 5 touchdowns. And he's averaging about 83 yards per game. Backing him up and spotting him, and he'll be playing a lot, will be number 29, Elijah Harrison. Harrison is a freshman from Hiram, Georgia, 5'9", 170. He's 61 attempts, 342 yards. He's averaging 5.1 point yards per game. He'll pull in about 63 yards per game. And behind him, number 25, Chase Christmas. He's a 5'7", 185-pound running back from Huntersville, North Carolina, Hopewell High School. And he's carried the ball 25 times for 166 yards, 6.6 yards per carry, and responsible for 28 yards per game. So all 3 of those running backs averaging over 5 yards per game. If you want to talk about Kane Adamson, he's run the ball 9 times for 51 yards. That's 5.7 yards per carry. And Chris Castillo has run 4 times for 35 yards. If we'll see him, we're not sure. So that is the running back situation. And that's Chenier, number 3, Elijah Harrison, 29. Chase Christmas is number 25. Tight end number 43, that's going to be Brody Hess. Hess, a junior from right here in Alcoa, Tennessee, along with, you'll see, number 86, Jalen Jackson, a sophomore tight end, 6 feet tall, 215 pounds from Nashville. He went to Nashville Christian High School. And 47, seems like he's been here forever, the senior tight end, Ben Buell, 6'2", 240, and he's a load. Buell can really hit him. Those particular guys, if you go down the chart, certainly have some abilities at the tight end, and a junior, a sophomore, and a senior. At wide receiver, you're going to see number 6, Max Siegel. Siegel, 20 catches, 459 yards. He's averaging 77 yards a catch, 77 yards per game, and he has caught about 3 to 4 passes per game. So look for Siegel, number 6, 6 feet tall, 205-pound junior. Also, you'll see number 9, Jawan Hill, 5'8", 175-pound junior. Hill is from Spring, Texas. Hill just 4 catches on the year. Siegel had 20 catches. I hadn't talked about that for him. Also, you'll see number 11, Michael Smith. That's going to be number 11, Michael Smith, a senior wide receiver, 6'2", 195 from Memphis, Tennessee. 27 catches, averaging about 60 yards per game. His average catch is 13 yards. And talking about backing up a little bit to Max Siegel, Siegel in the top 5 in the country in yards per catch at 22.9. You can see the captains amassing right there for Maryville. That's Chenier, number 3. 6 is going to be Frances Marshall. He's a defensive lineman. 6, is Max Siegel. I take that back. Number 5 is going to be Eddie Burton. And number 70, I believe it is. If I can get those numbers. If it is number 70, it's going to be Jesse Benvenidez Munoz. We talked about him before, the center. So those are the captains for Maryville. On the other side of the ledger, and again, they've got those small numbers. Looks like Will England. Number 5, Dylan Cummings from Pennsville, New Jersey. Number 11 will be Lamonte Deers, a senior running back from Florence, South Carolina. And the Scots are getting ready to come out, and here come the Fighting Scots out in the field with the garnet jerseys, white pants, and white helmets. The other captain on the other side for for Methodist, and I cannot read that number. It looks like it's number 34, and if it is, it's Landon Chevron. He's a senior kicker. So it looks like 34 from here. And again, they've got those small numbers. It's just so hard to see. They check them out here with the binoculars. Yeah, it's going to be number, well, it's 34 is one of the that's the number I couldn't see, 34. And that's Landon Chevron, but the other captain is 91, and that's Will England from St. Augustine, Florida. Went to Nice High School, same high school that, anyway, St. Augustine, Florida. So the referees will be out there to give some instructions, of course. We're about ready to go here. Game time just a couple of minutes away. Here at Maryville, beautiful day, temperature about 72 degrees. We'll pull up that weather for you. Captains, again, out there ready to go. Maryville, their colors are garnet and orange. The toss, one's the toss, but they defer. So Maryville in the dark jersey, which are the garnet colored jerseys with white helmets, and Methodist out of Fayetteville, North Carolina in the white jerseys, green pants, green helmets. Their colors are gold and green. You'll see some gold on their helmets. It's a monarch, it's a lion head, and the outline of their numbers are in gold also. So Maryville gets ready to go, and they'll be on defense. And defense, you'll start 97 D'Angelo Covington at the nose guard. Defensive tackles, Miles Sales, Ja'Cory Jackson. Defensive end, Frances Marshall, number 6, and Tabori Hamilton, 57. He's a freshman. And so is Ja'Cory Jackson. Also, at the linebackers, Eddie Burton, number 5. Number 2, Cedric Brown. 35, Chris McKenzie. Cornerbacks, Michael Bailey. Jeremy Hardnett, number 21. Safeties, number 32, Kalen Davis. And 23, Jordan Early. Look to see number 26, Blake Henderson in there. Kicking off for Maryville Back deep is 28 Tristan Ellerby. Can't see the other number. Looks like number 7. That's Trevin Easter. Number 48 kicking off for Maryville.
Number 7 is Trevin Easter, and number 28 Tristan Ellerby.
Kicking off for Maryville. And there we go. That's going to come down to Ellerby at the 4-yard line. Ellerby up the right. He's going to go back to the left side. He'll go down at the 15, tackled by number 46 for Maryville. That's Blake Wallace. The kicker, by the way, for Maryville was Ethan Howell. It's a freshman at 16-yard line. And Maryville will go with quarterback, say sophomore number 3, Steve Keone. Tailbacks will be Devin Cox, Robert Pitts. Wide receivers, Cummings, 5, 6, Xavier Mitchell, 4, Carter, and 14, DeClavius Butler. Back to pass. Going to throw over the middle, and it's going to be caught, I believe, for a first down all the way out to the, and this is going to be a hurry-up offense. Carter with the catch all the way out to the 43. So striking quick will be Keone. Going to give this ball up, and it goes up the middle to Monte Deers, the 5'7", 195-pound senior. He got about 4 yards on that play. Be second and make it 6. Ball at the Greensboro in white. Ball at their 43-yard line. Opening drive for Methodist. Keone back to pass, little backup pass. And breaking away is the wide receiver, number 5. And that's going to be Dylan Cummings, the 5'10", 190-pound senior. Going to get into Maryville territory to the 48-yard line. So quick strikes by the Methodist Monarchs. Keone, the quarterback. Cummings in motion, going to give it to the tailback. He'll break to the outside. He's going to get some running room. That's Monte Deers with some running room. So the ball be second down and looks like 5 at the 38-yard line. Keone back to pass, looking, got plenty of pressure. Oh, he's going to throw deep, but he's well covered there. Xavier McNeil was covered very, very cleanly by, and now again, looks like Jeremy Harnett, number 21. So it's third down and 5. Looks like they're trying to go to, that's 2 long passes over the middle. Keone, the quarterback for Methodist, takes the snap, back to pass, and he's going to throw this ball out of bounds as there was a little up and out, and the ball went out of bounds. It's fourth down, and I assume they'll go for it here. Coach Kevin Williams, they're going to go for it on 4th and 5. 4 wideouts. It's the standard setup for Methodist. 2 right, 2 left. Back to pass, looking. Going to throw this ball short and almost intercepted. And Maryville takes the ball over on downs. And we've got a flag in the backfield on the right side, right at the 50-yard line. Going to be holding against Methodist, and that penalty is going to be declined. So Maryville's going to take over, and who's in at quarterback for Maryville? It'll be number 1, and that's going to be Kane Adamson, 5'10", 175. The tailback Starting today for Maryville will be Elijah Harrison. It's Brody Hess in motion, the tight end. And Harrison right up the middle, and he's going to go straight up into Methodist territory, across the 40 and down to the 37-yard line, 1st and 10 for Maryville. Buell make that Brody Hess made a nice block there.
It's 1st and 10 for Maryville. Starting quarterback today for the Scots, number 1, Kane Adamson.
Adamson looking from the center of the field. And Maryville will choose to run a lot today. And it's Adamson. He's going to roll from left to right. And instead of throwing the ball out of bounds, he takes a loss. The big tackle there by E.J. White, the junior linebacker. That's a freshman quarterback right there. Not throwing the ball away.
At the 43, it is 2nd down, 16 to go.
Adamson with 2nd and 16 now. 0-0 your score. And that play developed a little too slow, allowed the tight end or the defensive end to come in and make the tackle after no gain. Hairston with the carry. No gain on the play. And here comes the blitz, and this pass is going to go downfield, be caught at the 15-yard line, and still going and getting down to the 10-yard line will be the Maryville wide receiver. That's Michael Smith, the senior. Smith, 6'2", 175 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee. 1st and goal just inside the 10-yard line or right at the 10. Chenier, the tailback. New quarterback for Maryville is Kane Adamson. Adamson with the handoff, and it's Chenier churning, still going inside the 5-yard line. Whistle finally blows. Kane Adamson from Navarre, Florida, down in southwest Florida, 5'10", 175. So that's a 7-yard gain, 2nd and goal, no score here. 13:05 left to go. Well, I take that back. And there's the handoff, Chenier to the wide side, following his lineman, touchdown Maryville at the 10:35 mark. He got in right in behind. It looked like, I'm looking over there to see who that was, and it looked like it was 55, and that's for Maryville. Let me get that. Isaac Beaubrand. Extra point attempt by Maryville. And that kick goes up and good. And that is the 7th point for the Scots. And that was by kicker. Who was the kicker there? I have to excuse my slowness is getting there. We've had some issues here. Horn was the kicker, should be anyway.
Ladies and gentlemen, thousands of fans, friends, and competitors come to Maryville over the course
So Maryville up 7-0 here.
MC's Hotels of Choice make the stay memorable. Please help us
In the first quarter, 10:35 left to go. They lead 7-0.
Inns and Suites, Courtyard, Marriott, and Holiday Inn Express for their support as our Hotels of Choice for this season.
Getting ready for kickoff. And this one's going to sail short, bounce it to 25. It's going to be picked up just inside the 20 by number 62. That's Pierce Turner. He'll take that kickoff and get it back to the I'm trying to see where the side judge is.
Turner returns the kick.
Looks like it's about the 29-yard line.
The ball is at the 28. That's where Methodist takes
Ball will
over
be set at the 28-yard line. It's Methodist's second possession. They got inside the Maryville 40-yard line or 50-yard line and then went over on downs. Their second attempt. Going to be a handoff to Deers, and Deers around the right side. Deers going to get 4 or 5.
Deers carries the ball.
7-0 Maryville here. Maryville in the dark jerseys. Methodist in the white jerseys. Keone, again from Miami, Florida, went to American High School just at the north end of Dade County, which is the county Miami's in. He'll go back to pass, and he's going to be flushed out of the pocket. He's going to throw it out of bounds smartly. Maryville putting pressure on him, and that was D'Angelo Cullington, the senior defensive lineman. Cullington from Irwin, North Carolina. 3rd and 5 at the 33-yard line. Maryville leading 7-0 here. And Keone back to pass, and is broken up by the defensive back for Maryville, Pierre Chadwick, the junior, from Nashville's Overton High School. So that'll bring a 4th down, and we'll have a punt. The punter is, let's get that number. Lamellis is the punter. Back deep for Maryville is Pierre Chadwick. Fourth and 5. There's the snap. A little bit of pressure. A nice high punt. Going to drive Chadwick back. He'll take the fair catch at the 32-yard line. Good hustle downfield by Meredith's Elijah Rachel. Good hustle on his part. So Maryville takes over their second possession. They lead 7-0 here in the first quarter. First and 10 for Maryville. Kane Adamson, the quarterback. They'll reset from left side to right side. Looks like Christmas in the backfield. And we've got something called, probably an illegal motion of some kind.
False start, number 9, offense. 5-yard penalty.
A false start by the man on the far left, Jawan Hill.
After the penalty, the ball is at the 18. It's first.
Harrison in the backfield to start. He started today's game. Chenier, not sure where Chenier is. And here comes the blitz. Oh, it's a screen pass and in and out of the hands of Chenier. Excuse me, of Harrison. That was going to go a long way. Second and 15. The ball rests at the 18-yard line. Maryville leads 7-0 with 9:39 left to go. And right up the middle goes Kane Adamson. He's at the 50. He'll get dragged down at the 45 as he kept the ball. And a big gain for Adamson from the, that's about a 36-yard gain by Adamson. And that's one of the things Coach Hayes was talking to me about, that this kid can run as well. And he certainly did. So that puts the ball into territory, make that Methodist territory. And we've got an equipment issue on the Methodist side. they'll bring in Jared Nobles, the freshman DB from Pensacola. And that's Christmas right up the middle, and he's going to get 7 or 8 yards. Tackled by Jonathan Edgars.
Jonathan Eggers makes the tackle at the 32.
So it'll be second and let's call it 7. Seven nothing your score. In motion goes Maryville receiver, and is going to throw that ball down the sideline, and down inside the 10-yard line goes the tight end for Maryville, and he just snuck out of there. Brody Hess, the junior from Alcoa, Tennessee, which is a twin city of Maryville here. It's Maryville, Alcoa. Both high schools combined 17 state championships in football. So first and goal for Maryville inside the 10. Adamson hands it off to Christmas, breaks to his right, back to his left. He's got a little running room. He's going to get about 4 down to the 6.
Christmas carries the ball. Malik Maddox makes the tackle. At the 7 is second down.
Second and goal at the 7. Anthony Mahoney in there for Maryville now at right tackle. Mahoney, if you look over there, 6'4", 300 pounds. And next to him is Justin Bird, 275 pounds. Pass into the end zone, no. And taking the sack is Adamson, and good tackle there by the linebacker Roderick Christian. Roderick Christian, he's a freshman linebacker, 6'1", 200. Third and goal now at the 17. Maryville with about a 10-yard loss there. That's twice Adamson could have thrown the ball out of bounds, but didn't. He's just a freshman. 3 wideouts to the right side for Maryville, 1 on the far left. Plays are being signaled in from the sideline. Back to pass. And wide open for the touchdown. It's Siegel, Adamson to Siegel, and Adamson took a pretty big hit there. It looked a little late, but no call by the referee. So that's a touchdown for Maryville. It's 13-0. Clock 6:47 left to go. Horn getting ready to hold. The kicker for Maryville is Hubbs, the junior place kicker from Palm Coast, Florida. And that one sails, and that one is no good. Wide left. Maryville up 13-0 here at Maryville. So it's homecoming here, and some people we'd like to thank every day that take care of us. We'd like to thank the Hampton Inn, the Hilton at the airport here. That's La Quinta Inns and Suites as well. Courtyard Marriott, Holiday Inn Express. We'd also like to thank Kenjo Markets, Firehouse Subs, Realty Trust Group, and LeConte Wealth Management for their support, key support during the 2017-18 season. So 6:47 left to go. Maryville up 13-0 over Methodist. Maryville's played some pretty good defense over the last couple of games. This defense seems a little bit upbeat today. Hubbs is going to kick this one. This one's a little farther, and that's going to go down to the 4-yard line. It's going to be fumbled and picked up at the 5. And getting back to the 10-yard line will be the Fayetteville kick returner. And that looks like TJ Wright. Well, it's Ellerby. I can't see their. I apologize. The numbers are so small, and when the jerseys crink up, you can't tell what they are. So I apologize. I don't have a spotter, so I'll listen to the PA announcer. He's got 2 spotters. So 13-0 Maryville here. Quarterback for Methodist is Steve Keone. He's going to throw this ball, and it's going to be to the wideout, who gets about 5 down to the, let's see where it is. It's going to be about the, it's 6, maybe 7. Gets out to the 16, maybe 17-yard line. It's at the 16. Be 2nd and 5. Make it 4. Keone with 4 wideouts. He'll send 1 in motion. He's going to hand the ball off to the tailback. He's going to skirt to the outside. Deers gets the first down. 6:39 left to go. Make it 5:59 left to go. Ball out to the 23, 1st and 10. Keone looking over the defense. He'll go back to pass, and he's going to be flushed from the pocket, but he's going to be sacked back at the 20-yard line. Let's say about a 4-yard sack.
Quarterback Steve Keone is sacked by Maryville's Ja'Cory Jackson.
Ja'Cory Jackson on the sack.
2nd down, 13.
Ball back to the 20, makes it 2nd and 13. Deers the tailback to the left of quarterback, going to pull it up and throw it, and it's going to be caught complete to Dylan Cummings. Cummings going to get about 8 or 9 yards on that, but it was 2nd and 13, so it's going to be 3rd down and 3. It's a little pick play they're using. That's a couple times they are a brush play where they'll kind of screen off one of the defenders. Totally legal. 3rd and 11. And Keone's going to roll out, and all alone on the sideline and getting all across, way across the 50 and down deep into Maryville territory at the 42. Keone goes to Dylan Cummings. Bailey for Maryville making the catch. That's a big, big game. Maryville had him down in a hole, and somebody didn't cover somebody on that particular play. Keone, the quarterback, going to hand off to Deers, and Deers going to scuttle through for about a yard or 2, and a host of Maryville players making that tackle. (13-0) your score. Maryville here in the first quarter. Maryville against Methodist. The ball, no gain, gets set at the 43-yard line. Steve Keone, the quarterback, sophomore quarterback for Methodist. Deers the tailback. 3 wideouts left, 1 to the right side. Keone going to get flushed from the pocket, and he's going to get through, and he's going to get himself a nice gain. And Maryville put the pressure on him, but let him escape. And that's a gain of about 3 or 4. It'll be 2nd down and let's call it 6 at the Maryville 39-yard line. Make it 3rd and 6.
3rd down, 6.
They're yet to throw to DeClavius Butler. He's a 6'2 receiver, very tall. Keone back to pass, looking, going to get sacked out of the pocket, and well, he's going to get back across the line of scrimmage. He'll gain a yard, and he's going to get to the 38-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd down, and let's call it 5. Into the game for Methodist is Tracy Fusilier, a running back, 5'8", 200 pounds from Lawrenceville, Georgia. He's going to play the slot on the right side. Tailback, Deers. Keone, the quarterback. Going to go back to pass, going to throw the ball, and it is caught on the little look-in pass. That's a skinny post, as they call it, first down. Gets about 8 or 9 down to the 29-yard line. And that's the type of passes it looks like that Keone is good at, and that's that quick pass. First and 10 for Methodist. The clock sitting at 2:02 left to go. First quarter, Maryville up 13-0. The backfield is Vontre Howard now. And again, flushed out of the pocket. And no call. It looked like the referee was going to reach for his flag, but didn't. The defender was, for Maryville, was Michael Bailey, the sophomore from Antioch, Tennessee. Second and 10. Out to the left side is Carter, or right side, Carter and Butler for Methodist. Tailback is Deers. 2 wide outs to the left. His favorite target's been Cummings, number 5. And it's going to go to Deers, and Deers spins off the first tackler, who was Bo Herring, a freshman. Johnson on the tackle for Maryville. It's going to get maybe let's give him 2 yards. 3rd and 8. The punter out of 240 plus Division III teams that has punted the most has been the Methodist punter. Going to throw that ball, and it's caught complete, and it's going to be close to the first down. It's at the 20-yard line, so it's going to be short. And that was the receiver. That was Butler. So it's 4th and 1. So I assume they'll go for it on the 20. Keone down 13-0. Going to give that ball, and that's a tackle, and I don't think he got it. Let's see the spot. He was tackled by. Yeah, and they didn't get it, so the ball goes over on downs on a 4th and 1. So that's the second time that the Monarchs have gone for it on 4th down, and they have not got it. What I was saying is there's 240 plus Division III colleges in this country that play football, and the team that has punted the most is right there out on the field, the Monarchs. So Maryville 1st and 10 at their own 20. New quarterback in there is, looked like Jamal Ware. After a little pile up there. Now that's Ware. Number 10, I guess it is. No, it was number 80. I was thinking that's Aaron Solomon. A sophomore wide receiver. That was a Mustang package, I guess. That's the end of the first quarter. Maryville leads here at home against Methodist 13-0. I'll take a break, and we'll be back for the start of the second quarter. So we can get you some stats today as we start the second quarter. Maryville with 4 first downs, 2 passing, 2 running. They've made two third attempts at third down. Methodist 5 first downs, 4 passing, 1 rushing. They're 1 of 5 on third downs and 1 of 3 on fourth downs, according to this. I don't remember going for it twice. Here we go. Second quarter starts. Maryville will put Terry Stewart in motion. He'll set up tailback, and that the quarterback there is Chris Castillo. And look at Castillo go down the field. He'll get slammed out of bounds. Castillo slammed out of bounds by Dennis Levers. And that's a first down, and that's one of the things that Castillo can do. He can run, and he's got some speed. And Castillo is a 5'10" freshman from Richardson, Texas. And boy, can he fly. Trying to see who's behind him. Castillo takes the snap. He'll go back to pass. Nice touch on the ball, and it is incomplete. Good defense over there by Devontae White.
Castillo's pass is incomplete, intended for Max Siegel. Broken up by Devontae White. Second down, 10.
Chenier is the tailback. And again, we haven't seen Elijah Chenier. Excuse me, the tailback is Harrison. I'm looking for Chenier on the sideline and do not see him. I do see him sitting there. He's dressed. Castillo back to pass, little quick swing pass, and that's going to get no yards as the ball was thrown behind him. Nice tackle over there by the cornerback Devontae White.
Castillo's pass is complete.
And that's going to be a loss of about 4 yards.
The Clayton Ogle tackle made by Devontae White.
This is going to be 3rd and 14.
14 at the 40.
Ball back to the 40-yard line. And we're going to get flags all over the place. This is a free play, and Castillo throws it. And that's going to be against Methodist, it looks like, and that'll make it 3rd down and 9. 13-0 here at the 14-minute mark in the second quarter. 5-yard penalty goes against Methodist. That takes it down to the 45-yard line where it's going to be 3rd and 9.
3rd down, 9 at the 45.
Castillo, the quarterback, a freshman. And we're going to get another flag again, and they're going to throw this ball a little farther this time, and that's going to be pass interference. Obviously, pass interference, plus down here there's going to be an offsides. But that's when you don't turn around, you're going to get pass interference on you. That'll be a 15-yard penalty, so that'll give Maryville a first down.
We got offsides, gets the defense. That penalties decline. We have pass interference, gets the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
The defender back there, I believe, was number 43. I couldn't tell.
After the penalty, it's first and
It'll be 1st and 10 at the 40 now. Maryville with 13:56 left to go in this second quarter. Here at homecoming at Maryville, they lead 13-0. Castillo going to run that ball on the quarterback draw, and he'll skirt through the line, and he'll get himself about 5 behind the blocking of Kyle Larson, the sophomore. Got 3 on that. 2nd and 7.
2nd down, 7 at the 37.
Tailback is Harrison. Low snap picked up by Castillo. And they're going to say it hit the ground.
Chris Castillo's pass is incomplete.
Low snap
For Jordan Wiggins.
and low pass. Wiggins tried to get it. It'll be 3rd and 7.
37.
Ball at the 37. Maryville up 13-0 with 13:22 left to go second quarter. This is a USA South Conference game. The Scots have dominated this series, but it hasn't always been that way. Maryville's won since 2012 every game. Castillo back to pass. Little quick hitch screen and nice play by the defense, keeping Maryville from getting a first down, and nice reception by Clayton Ogle. He's a freshman right here from down the road, Seymour, Tennessee. Maryville's going to go for it on 4th and 3. The ball rests at the 33-yard line. Maryville has to get it just across the 30. Tailback is Harrison. Everybody in tight for the Monarchs. Maryville will shift. And it's going to be Castillo to the outside. He'll turn it up. He's not going to get the first down. It'll go over on downs. So that ball goes over to the Monarchs. It's still 13-0 at the 12:32 mark here in the second quarter. So back on the field comes the Monarchs. Keone, the quarterback. Deere will take the handoff. He'll slide to the outside, and Maryville does a great job of stretching that out. And Deere going to get thrown for a loss back to about the 29 or 30, or 31 or 30, excuse me. It's back at the 30, so it's going to be a loss of about 2 or 3. Make it 3. So second down and 13 at the 30-yard line. Methodist down 13-0 to Maryville here at Maryville High School. In motion is Cummings. Back to pass. Keone looking, going to step up, and he's going to got plenty of room to run. He'll get to the 50, and he's going right down the center of the field, and he'll get to the 40, down to the 35, and Maryville lets Keone escape for a big gain. So it'll be first down at the 35. So Keone can run as well. 5'10", 190 from American High School in North Dade County. That's the county that Miami is in. He'll go back to pass, that little hitch pass, and getting by and down the sideline, and we're going to have a touchdown by Dylan Cummings as Maryville blew that coverage. So it's a big, big touchdown for the Monarchs as they were back at the 20. It was 3rd and long, and now they scored 6 points. Landon Chevron will be the kicker. 13-6. And that one sails up, and it is good. 13-7 your score. Maryville over Monarchs. Methodist Monarchs here with 11:19 left to play. And what a good score by the Monarchs there. Was a 3 plays, 67 yards. Took a 1 minute and 13 seconds. And the pass from Keone to Cummings was good, and it's 13-7. So we get ready to go. Chevron getting ready to kick off. Our key sponsors this season are the Blunt Partnership, Jasper Highlands, Premier Transportation, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. I'd like to thank them as key sponsors. Chadwick and Milton back. Chevron puts the foot into the ball. It'll come down to Milton. Milton kind of breaks through and has a little bit of daylight, but Methodist closes the door quickly, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And that's where Maryville will start. So after Maryville goes, Greensboro went for that 4th and 1 down at the Maryville 20. Didn't get it. Maryville couldn't score, went on it 4th and 8, didn't get it. And then a 3-play, 67-yard drive by Methodist makes the score 13-7 Maryville. New tailback in there for Maryville. And again, Castillo, and he can run. Castillo gets tackled from behind. Tackled by Carlos McCracken. Very good linebacker, 6 feet tall, 175 from Jacksonville, Florida. Tailback is for Maryville is Elijah Rachel, 5'8", 190 from Decatur, Georgia. Goes to Rachel. Going to drift to the outside, down the sideline, cuts it upfield, going to break it away, and he'll get slammed down from behind. All the way across the Methodist 40, we'll have a flag on the field. That's probably going to go against Maryville, but that's after the first down.
There is a flag on the play.
Nice run by Rachel.
Holding, number 6, the offense.
Holding was on
By the foul. First down.
Mac Siegel. Rachel's got some get up. So that's a 10-yard penalty, but from the spot of the foul, which is a spot foul, they'll march 10 yards, but it still gave Maryville a first down. So 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line of Maryville. Siegel wide out to the left side here in front of you. Castillo, the quarterback. Sends Ligon in motion. Castillo hands the ball off, and Rachel nowhere to go. It'll be a loss. Little reverse pivot by the quarterback Castillo. 3-yard loss. McCracken making the tackle. Second down 13 at the 9:42 mark here in the second quarter. Maryville up 13-7. Maryville was cruising along, and then a quick strike by Methodist makes it 13-7. Castillo again looking to go back. He's going to throw it downfield. Caught at the 30, and still going at the 10 is Jordan Ligon inside the 10. The defender on the play saving the touchdown was Nathan Jones. So ball down to the 8, and Castillo, what a nice throw. First and goal at the 8. Castillo looking over the defense. Low snap. Castillo going to get inside the 10 there. He was already maybe about 4 yards, just shy of the 5.
Quarterback Chris Castillo carries the ball. Dennis Livers in on the tackle. At the 5, second and goal.
Second and goal at the 8:44 mark. Maryville up 13-7. They're threatening to make the lead larger. Castillo, the quarterback. And he'll fumble the ball, and he's going to be down at the 7 or 8 yard line. Tried to get it to Rachel. It was a read option, and the option didn't work too well. So it's going to be 3rd and 5, or 3rd and goal at the 5. They'll make it the 8. Castillo waiting for the snap. Gets the snap. And he'll hand it up the middle, right up the middle, still going across the 5, goes Rachel. So that'll make it 4th and goal. And I hear the field goal team being called for. And Maryville's going out to kick the field goal. It's Kenneth Horn, the senior from Nahutta, Georgia. Well, he'll be the holder. The kicker will be Ian Hubbs. It's a 20-yard field goal from the right, make it left hash mark. Right-footed kicker is Ian Hubbs. The snap, the kick sails through, looks good from here, and it is, and Maryville goes up 16-7 at the 7:06 mark, and we have a penalty, folks. And it was offsides, I believe. The ball was at the 3. It'll put it at the 1.5, and Coach Hayes decides not to take points off the boards.
We got encroachment. Offsides on the defense. That penalty's declined. Field goal's good.
So Maryville takes the 3 points, and it's 16-7. 7:06 left to go, and drive by Maryville was 8 plays. Was 64 yards, 74 yards, 71 yards now they say, and took 4 minutes and 7 seconds off the clock. Maryville leads 16-7 on the 20-yard field goal by Ian Hubbs. Very impressive. Eliza Rachel coming in there getting some stats for the Scots.
Kicking off for Maryville is Ethan Howell. Deep for Methodist, number 7, Trevin Easter, and number 28, Tristan Ellerby.
Horn getting ready to kick off. Ellerby back, along with Easter. For Methodist, 16-7 in the second quarter here. This is going to sail, come down, and it looks like it's going to be Ellerby at the 12. Ellerby to the right side. And he'll get out to the across the 30, and he meets a few Maryville defenders, and a good run back by Easter.
TJ Wright returns the kick.
Well, they said it was right.
Jake Barrett with the tackle.
31
At the 34.
on the kick. First and 10. 16-7 your score. Methodist on the year with 270 yards of total offense. They're not quite there yet. Keone bobbles that ball. Going to throw the ball, and coming across the middle and not making the catch was Josh Carter, the junior from Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
Second down, 10.
Be 2nd and 10. Got those short passes they're throwing, and makes it very effective if they're caught. You've got 3 receivers on this side, and they'll go crisscross every which way and try to confuse the defense, and at one of those points they'll throw the ball. Keone, and the ball goes up the middle and not getting anywhere. I believe that was Deers. Actually, it's
Frances Marshall in on the
Howard, number 42.
gain of 1. It's third down 9 at the 35.
3rd and 9 now at the 35-yard line. Methodist with the ball. Maryville up 16-7 in this USA South Conference game. Keone looking over the defense. He'll go back to pass. And he'll throw that short, and it went to Devontae Howard, and that is no good.
Keone's pass
Maryville had some pretty good defense over there. Covering like a glove was Markel Kia, the junior from Clarksville, Tennessee. So it's going to be 4th down, and this deep in their own territory, the Monarchs are going to punt,
Robert Lamellis
and
to
the
punt.
punter is,
Deep to return the punt for
I show it's number 33,
here, Chadwick.
and that's going to be Robert Lamellis. Chadwick back deep for Maryville. Lamellis has punted more than anybody in the entire country, Division III. The leading number of punts. And he'll get a nice spiral and caught by
Fair catch by
Chadwick
Pierre Chadwick
at the 31, make it 30,
at the 33.
32-yard line. That's where Maryville takes over with 6:06 left to go in the second quarter. Here, homecoming at Maryville. Beautiful temperature right now, probably about 70 degrees. No wind to speak of. And going in at tailback is Chenier. Quarterback is Adamson. So Maryville getting some players some time. Little reverse pivot. And wide open out here in the flat was Michael Smith, and Adamson didn't see him. He threw it to the shorter man, incomplete.
Intended for Brody Hess. It's second
Haven't
down.
seen Maryville do that much, that reverse pivot, but it's something new with these mobile quarterbacks. Haven't historically, I don't believe I've ever seen it in the almost 20 plus years doing this on radio and webcast. 6:01 left to go. Maryville up 16-7. Maryville with the ball. Quarterback Adamson. Going to keep the ball on the quarterback draw, and he doesn't go anywhere.
Quarterback Kane Adamson.
So he's going to lose about 3 on the play. 3rd down, and let's call it
Mark Stanford
13.
on the tackle. Third down, 13 to go at the 20.
Maryville's got a wide open offense, and they just haven't used it. Cover 2 defense. And we're going to have a flag
Adamson's pass is
in the interior line. Looks like it's going to go against Maryville. Well, maybe not.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Defense. 15-yard penalty. One of the first downs.
Hands to the face, personal foul. That was on Methodist. It was Dylan Fogel from Lake Placid, Florida, the defensive end.
After the penalty, it's first and 10 at the 44.
1st and 10. They let Maryville out of the hole there. In motion goes Ogle. Back to pass. Adamson, he'll drop it off on the screen play. And it's down the field goes Chenier. He'll get across the 40 and down deep inside Green's make it Methodist territory. I apologize for that. Nice little screenplay. That worked. And you've got everybody coming, linebackers and defensive linemen for Methodist. And screenplay is a pretty good play against that if it's executed properly, and that time it was, with Chenier taking off. That's actually passing yardage. Adamson hands it off to Chenier. And Chenier chugs, and he's going to get maybe a yard, maybe a yard and a half.
Elijah Chenier carries the ball.
2nd down and 8. at the 31-yard line of Methodist. Maryville with the ball. Maryville in the dark jerseys. It's garnet jerseys, and Methodist in the white. Maryville 430 yards, averaging total offense per game. Maryville sends Ligon in motion. Adamson with the fake. Little drop pass to the tight end, and that's going to get probably about 4 to 5 yards. It's a real safe play with a quarterback that doesn't have much experience. Pass on the reception. Terry Stewart, a running back from Pleasant Grove, Alabama, goes in. At tight end, actually. 3rd and 5. And Methodist loading up in the box. 7 men within that close proximity. .13 on the play clock as Adamson looks over the defense. Gets the snap. He'll go back to pass. He'll throw this ball deep downfield, and it is defensive play made by the offensive man, Michael Smith. Knocked the ball away. It's going to be 4th down, and I believe Maryville is going to go for a field goal here. Yeah, going into the game to kick a field goal will be Ian Hubbs, and that field goal is going to be about 44 yards. Now it's 45. Hubbs from the left hash mark. Right-footed kicker. Horn will be the holder. The snap, the set, the kick. It looks certainly long enough, and it is good. A 45-yarder by Ian Hubbs puts Maryville up 19-7 with 3:16 left to go. In this half, it's Georgia DeBobby, and I'll take a quick break.
Athletic Department would like to thank Pincho Markets, Firehouse Subs, Realty Trust Group, and LeConte Wealth Management for their key support during the 2017-18 season.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Georgia DeBobby here at Maryville College. Honaker Field as the Scots take the lead 19-7 with a 45-yard field goal by Maryville's Ian Hubbs from Palm Coast, Florida. Matanzas High School. And it'll be Hubbs kicking off. Right back deep. And this ball's going to probably sail to the boundary. And catching the ball and stepping out of bounds, a big mistake by TJ Wright. Now the referee saying he stepped out of bounds first, I believe, because he threw the flag. That's going to bring the ball out to the 35. So an apparent mistake. He's saying that when Wright caught the ball, his foot was on the sideline, and I'll have to agree with him. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Methodist Monarchs. The Monarchs rush for about 100 yards per game. As my stats go off the screen. It'll be Keone, back to pass, looking to his right, and he's going to throw the ball short, and it is going to be short of the hands of the intended receiver, Xavier Mitchell. Xavier McNeil, apologize. 2nd and 10. Keone going to throw that short pass right in the seam, and that's keeps working. It's Dylan Cummings sitting right in the seam between the defenders, and they're going to get about 12 or 13 yards. Maryville's field goal drive went 40 yards, 8 plays, 2 minutes and 50 seconds were taken off the clock. Maryville leads 19-7. Tailback, Deers. Keone back to pass. He's going to throw that quick pass outside, and getting taken back for a loss was Josh Carter. The Maryville defender was Markel Kia. It's going to be a loss of about 5. Make it 4. So it'll be 2nd and 14. Good defense by Markel Kia. Recognize it and getting it into the backfield. 4 wideouts on it just about every play for Methodist. 2 right, 2 left. Back to pass. Keogh going to throw the ball over the middle, and it is in and out of the hands of Josh Carter. 3rd and 14. At the 44-yard line of Methodist. Steve Keone, the sophomore quarterback, and we've got an illegal motion. False start, I believe, by Damian Griggs. It's going to make it 3rd and 19 yards now. 2:04 left before half. Keone going to look over the defense for Methodist. And it's Keone getting out of the pocket, and he's going to get down the sideline. He'll pick up about 8 or 9. He'll get back to the original marker, where it'll be 4th down and 10. Now, whether or not they go for it or not, I don't know. Ball at the 48-yard line, so they'll punt. And Lamellis will get in there to punt. And back deep for the Scots will be Pierre Chadwick.
Robert Lamellis to punt. Deep for Maryville, Pierre Chadwick.
Chadwick waiting, Lamellis waiting. High snap. And this punt's going to be a little short. Fair catch called by Chadwick at the 20-yard line. And that's where Maryville will take over, 1st and 10, with 1:49 left to go in this second quarter. Maryville up 19-7. Adamson, the quarterback, looks to the sideline for the plays. Tailback is Elijah Harrison. And it's Adamson. Get thrown for a 2-yard loss. You've got 2 real strong running backs for Maryville, and they're not being used right now with Chadwick and Chenier.
Loss of 2 at the 17, make that a loss of 3. 2nd down, 13 to go.
2nd and 13, deep in their own territory. Maryville go back to pass. Caught by Smith. No. Smith loses that. Good hit over there by the defender. McCracken, and he cracked Smith. That makes it third down and long. 3rd and 13 from the Maryville 17-yard line. Maryville leading 19-7. McCracken starting at quarterback today. Excuse me, take that back. The pass is incomplete to Max Siegel. Adamson is the quarterback. Nice pass, just got there a little bit late. 4th down and 13. Maryville will punt with 1:07 left to go in this second quarter. 2 passes dropped, but I must say some pretty good defense by Methodist. Methodist could get some pretty good field position on this. Maryville getting ready to punt. This is going to be an end-over-end punt. And it kind of backs up, and Maryville downs it at about the 48 or 47-yard line. Downed by Justice Owens, a junior from Hutto, Texas. Still got 3 timeouts, does Methodist. 1 minute left to go here in the second quarter. So they've got 1 minute to go, 53 yards. And they can throw the ball, so they will attempt it. Keone back to pass. Looking, going to throw this ball in the seam. Caught complete. Going to be a first down. The reception made by, I believe, Jay Robinson. Ball down to the 40, as they said it, 42-yard line, 1st and 10. And they'll go back to pass again. And almost getting sacked, but Keone getting outside. He's going to get close to the first down if he didn't already get it, and he did. So big run by Keone. Ball will be set at the 30 with 37 seconds left to go. Keone back to pass, looking. And now they're going to throw a flag. You could hear, we have got about 1,000 referees here on the Maryville side, all called holding, and the flag goes in. So this will be a spot foul. Well, not really. So they just give it a 10-yard foul.
Holding, 61 offense. 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
The holding was on Alex Roquet. And you've got 32 seconds left. Methodist still has 3 timeouts left. They're at the Maryville 40. 1st and 20. Keone been very adept of getting out of the pocket when he has to. And he does there again. He'll get down the sideline, and he's going to get himself, looks like 8 or 9 yards, maybe more. So pretty strong young man, 5'10", 190. And it'll be 2nd and 11. Stops the clock with 25 seconds left. This ball started on the 48-yard line of Methodist. Keone goes back to pass. And he's hit as he throws the ball. And a good job of getting in there. And I'll give you that number. Can't see it because of the hair. He was hit by Frances Marshall. Incompleted pass with 21 seconds left to go. Ball at the 31. Marshall, 6'2", 210 from Greenville, Georgia. And taking a lot of time. Got 15 on the play clock still. 3 wideouts on the wide side. That's away from us. Keone goes back to pass. And it's going to be intercepted by Maryville. A ill-advised pass. Blake Henderson from right here in Maryville, Tennessee makes the interception. Good job by Maryville to put some pressure on Keone, though. So Blake Henderson with the interception. Maryville with 15 seconds left will probably take a knee. Well, they're not. (19-7) the score. Going to go to Chenier right up the middle. And Chenier's going to get about 3 or 4 yards, and that should run out the clock. So it's halftime here at Maryville, and it's also homecoming. Maryville leading 19-7 over the Monarchs of Methodist College in Fayetteville, North Carolina. I'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, now presenting the MC Scotty's Dance Team. Scots have named captains for their football squads.
And Nick Myers and Joshua Clark on the line, just a real force on the defensive line. Really, really just a kid that all out at the end of the game. He wasn't that big, but at the end of the game, you knew he'd been in the game, and so did the other team. Justin Collette, a real good player for the Scots. Collette certainly had his days here at Maryville, and we honor him. Trenton Schuler, kind of an abbreviated.
Jim Pavo. Ali Sorabi. From 1989 until 1992, the soccer pitch. In his career, Ollie scored 27 goals and 17 assists to total 71 points. His 17 assists still rank as the 12th best career in school history. Ladies and gentlemen, Ollie Sorabi. John Roselle. John Roselle helped the Maryville College baseball from 1992 to 1995 to an 82 and 54 career record, winning 60% of all challenges. In 131 career games, this two-time All-South performer tallied 396 at-bats, scoring 101 runs on 148 career hits for an amazing 374 career batting average with 114 RBI. Ladies and gentlemen, John Roselle. D. Bell.
D. Bell, a real favorite here. Was a ladies basketball coach and great basketball player for the men's for Coach Randy Lambert.
Bell, an all-region performer, led Maryville as the 12th best scorer in school
He came to Maryville from Southern Kentucky.
1,149 career points, a statistic that still ranks 20th in the Maryville College record books today. He also
Coached the ladies teams here for several years.
with his 522 career boards. Ladies and gentlemen, D. Bell.
Well deserved. All these got to interview D. Bell on the selection committee when I was on the selection committee for basketball, and certainly impressive. TJ Emery got a lot to say about him.
1996 to 1999. As an All-American punter, he finished his career with 252 punts for 9,213 yards, both Maryville College records. He also established a school record with his 42.2 yards per punt average. Ladies and gentlemen, TJ Emery.
TJ Emery coaching here locally, and TJ
Jones Campbell.
certainly had a great time here.
Jenna's career from
Now Jenna Campbell,
2003 finished with
great
some of the
volleyball
best
player.
physical numbers in Maryville College history. Her career record was 122 and 29, winning 81% of all challenges while going 43 and 2 in Great South play. In 470 career sets played, she threw down 1,677 career kills, averaging 3.56 kills per set played. Jenna earned 4 all-conference honors while being named the league's freshman of the year before garnering the GSAC Player of the Year honors on a pair of occasions. She paced the effort to claim 3 Great South titles while sending the Scots to a trio of NCAA tournaments. Ladies and gentlemen, Jenna Jones Campbell.
Jenna Campbell, well deserved, as are all of these.
And now, will you help me welcome these deserving
Now these
individuals as the 46th
members will have a plaque
Maryville College Wall
put on the Wall of Fame, which is in the gym, and certainly well deserving are all of them. Jim Pavo, Ollie Sharabi, John Roselle basketball, Pavo football, Ollie Sharabi soccer, Roselle baseball, D. Bell basketball, TJ Emery football, and Jenna Jones volleyball. So certainly well deserved, all of them. And we'd like to thank our key sponsors today: Blunt Partnership, Jasper Highlands, Premier Transportation, Smoky Mountain Brewery. Also, we've got a couple of guys coming up for a little bit of an interview here, and that's going to be here shortly.
Over the past week, students have nominated and voted for their class representatives.
Nick Myers
Upcoming
will be up here along with
of 2017.
Trenton Schuler.
The Student Programming Board is pleased to announce this year's winners.
eventually get here.
Eliza Keats Commissar of Dixon, Tennessee.
Come on in, fellas. Come on right in here. We're gonna do this kind of by hand, okay? Trenton Schuler, and you've been here for a long time. You've graduated. Certainly good to have you back on homecoming. Nick Myers, captains, both of you, got inducted into the Captain's Walk. I'll let you talk first about that and what that means to you.
It's just a big honor being here. That's one of the biggest honors you can get, playing for Maryville College. And we just had a good time here, and I'm just so proud to be a part of this organization and be on the Captain's Walk.
You played high school a mile or two away from here, several state championship teams. You also played with this guy right next to me here, Nick Myers. Talk a little bit about the relationship you two guys through high school, through college.
We got real close probably around sophomore, junior year of high school, and then it's just been that way ever since. I mean, we still hang out, even though he's in the real world now, and I'm finishing up classes here. We still find time to hang out and whatnot on the weekends. So it's been a real close relationship ever since high school.
Nick, you patiently waited a couple of years before you got to play. You were a backup quarterback, only by name, I guess. But talk a little bit about your feelings now that you've really kind of got something really meaningful that's happened to you here.
Yeah, it's been special to be a part of something like this. Coming from high school with a bunch of just close buddies, and then getting to make a few more friends when I got here. But waiting my time is something that I knew I would have to do, and it just made it all the more special when I finally got my opportunity, and to have my name etched on the Captain's Walk, to kind of have that honor and be a part of I guess, this program forever now, is special to me.
What are you doing nowadays? You've been out a while. I know you're not mowing lawns, are you?
I am. I'm still cutting grass, but I actually got married in July to my wife, Laura Beth. We're actually living in Maryville, and I'm working for an electrical contracting company at the moment, doing some books. But other than that, we're just being married people and just working. So other than that, it's fun.
Well, I've had some experience at marriage. I've been married 44 years. You two guys hanging out together, good friends. I'm sure you've, like you said, a lot of other friends here, made some acquaintances, made some good friends. Talk about what football meant to you when you were here. I know your last year was you were sick, let's put it that way. And I know you wanted to come back but just couldn't. But talk a little bit about what football here meant to you.
I think the friends that we made here in football are the friends, like they say, are going to last you a lifetime. And it was just special being able to continue playing football in college and coming here to Maryville College. Such a good program and atmosphere. I mean, look at the atmosphere on homecoming, fans everywhere. So it's just special coming here and continuing the winning tradition that Coach Rader set here.
How about you, Nick?
I'll just echo what he said, and that it's special. People want to come back here on homecoming week and see all their good buddies, and I think that's something that we'll probably continue to do as we grow old. And it's something that we find very special. I think that's the word that keeps coming to my head. It's just it's awesome to be a part of, and we're happy to just have a piece of it.
Well, it's really a pleasure to have you guys up here, and plus you're standing. It's homecoming. I know both of you don't drink, but it's most of the guys. It's homecoming. Come on. Sure. But it's good to see you guys up here, and you guys have become friends of mine, and I've watched you guys since you were little bitty kids, and watched you grow up into men, and now you're on your own family now, and you're still looking out there, and I know the girls are following you. There's a trail behind you up here as you came up to the press box. But thanks both for coming up, and congratulations on the Captain's Walk.
Appreciate the time.
I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. George DeBobby. Good interview with Nick Myers and Trenton Schuler. Schuler was a tremendous running back here and was not able to play his last year and a half, 2 seasons. And then Nick Myers, as a quarterback, came out of Maryville High School with several state champions under his belt and came here and waited 2 years to play and certainly was very, very productive. I believe during his 2 seasons they lost 2 games. So certainly a very good quarterback. And also the Wall of Fame. Very good to see my friend Jim Pavo from the football team, Ali Sharabi from soccer, John Roselle baseball, D. Bell, a favorite of mine, TJ Emery from football, and Jenna Jones Campbell from basketball. Good to see them out here and getting the accolades that they normally would get. Got a little stats for you. The score right now, Maryville 19 and the Methodist Monarchs 7. Maryville has 10 first downs, as does Methodist. Maryville got 2 first downs via penalty and 4 each passing and rushing. Methodist 7 passing, 3 rushing. Maryville ran 39 total plays, as did the Monarchs. Maryville total yards 276, the Monarchs 234. Maryville 7.1 yards per play, and the Monarchs 6.0. Rushing yards, Maryville 54. Make that passing yards, Maryville 154, Methodist 146. Maryville is 8 of 16, and the Monarchs 11 of 23. Per pass, Maryville getting a little over 9 yards per pass, and Methodist just 6. Maryville has 2 sacks. Methodist none. Maryville 23 rushes, 122 yards. Methodist 16 rushes, 88 yards. Maryville 5.3 yards per rush. Methodist 5.5 yards per rush, and that's basically on the back of the quarterback for Methodist, Steve Keone. Maryville's punted once. Methodist has punted 3 times. Maryville's got that 1 interception right there at the end. And Maryville's had the ball 16 minutes, 38 seconds, and Methodist 13 minutes, 22 seconds. Keone 11 of 23 for 146 yards. Adamson 5 of 11 for 98. Chris Castillo for Maryville 3 of 5 for 56. Keone, the leading rusher for the Monarchs, 7 carries, 67 yards. Deers 8 carries, 20 yards. Fonte Howard 1 yard and 1 attempt for Maryville. Elijah Harrison 6 carries, 42 yards, 1 touchdown. Chris Castillo 6 rushes, 28 yards. Kane Adamson 5 rushes, 21 yards. Elijah Rachel 3 rushes, 18 yards. Chase Christmas 2 for 11, and Chenier 1 of 2. 1 carry, 2 yards. Ligon has 1 reception for 56 yards for Maryville. Michael Smith has 33 yards on 1 reception. Brody Hess 2 for 25. Elijah Chenier 1 pass, 23 yards. That was a screen pass. Most of that 23 yards came on the run. Max Siegel 1 pass, 17 yards. And Clayton Ogle 2 receptions. They've got him for no yards. For the Monarchs, Dylan Cummings, 101 yards receptions, 6 catches, 16.8 yards per catch. Josh Carter, 2 for 18. Jay Robinson, 1 for 11. Brady, 1 for 9. Butler, 1 for 7. And that is the stats. Maryville 19-7 over Methodist Monarchs. It's a beautiful 65 degrees right here as we get ready for second half action. Maryville will receive the kick on the second half kickoff. Defensively, The leading tackler for Maryville is Michael Bailey. He has 4 total tackles. For Methodist, the leading tackler is Mark Stanford, number 27, with 6. So we get ready for second half action with Maryville leading over the Methodist Monarchs 19-7 in a pretty good game right now. Maryville scored in the first quarter, 13 points. Also 6 points in the second quarter. Those were 2 field goals. The first field goal was 20 yards. The second one was 45 yards by Maryville's Ian Hubbs. So here we get ready to go. Second half action. Maryville 19, Methodist 7. Maryville in the dark jerseys are garnet. Their colors are garnet and orange. Methodist green and gold. So we get ready to go. Kicking off for the Monarchs is number 34, Decker. And Decker boots the ball down to the 5-yard line and up the sideline and down the sideline goes Maryville's Ogle. That's not Ogle, excuse me. All the way, it's Chadwick, and Chadwick goes. That's going to be a 95-yard touchdown return by Pierre Chadwick from the left side, took off down the field, cut to the right, down the sideline, 95 yards for number 19, Pierre Chadwick, the junior. Horn and Hubbs getting ready on the extra point. Hubbs the kicker, Horn the holder. 95 yards. Checking to see if that's a record as the extra point goes up. And it's 26-7 with 13 seconds gone in this third quarter. 95-yard run by Chadwick. See what it was officially. "95-yard kickoff return." So that's quite a run back, and I'm checking to see if that's a record, but don't have the record book. Looking to some help from our statisticians. We'll let you know. Well, certainly an auspicious start for the Monarchs. "95 yards. So back deep will be, for the Monarchs, will be Easter's number 7. And I believe that's Ellerby 28. Howell kicking off for Maryville. It's going to go down and fumbled. And that was Trevor Easter fumbling the ball, and he's smothered down there. That's the second time they've bobbled the ball. And that one hurts because it's down at the 15.
Methodist takes over 1st and 10 at the 15.
Quarterback's going to be Keone, the 185-pound sophomore. Going to hand the ball right up the middle, and getting through the mesh was Amonte Deers. And he's going to get close to the first down. Deer's a little slow getting up. A little wobbly back there. Second and 1 from the 24-yard line. Cummings in motion. Deers gets the ball, and he'll bounce to the outside, and he'll get knocked out of bounds after getting the first down at the 32-yard line.
Run out of bounds by
Cedric Brown on the tackle.
Ball is at the 32. It's first and 10 for Methodist.
First down for Methodist. Jalen Joyce, the defensive end, telling his coach, I was being held. Coaches don't want to hear that. And it's an incompleted pass as it goes from Keone to Cummings. Incomplete. Second and 10. They run that play many times today. That just gives Cummings, who's a pretty good runner, he scored their only touchdown. Pretty good runner, gives him some room to get out there and in space and make somebody miss. Second and 10. Keone looking over the Maryville defense, goes back to pass. The ball's tipped and intercepted. No, it's not. Chadwick almost intercepted that ball. Had he had intercepted it, it would have been a pick six. Joyce knocks the pass away for Maryville. Third and 10 for Methodist. Down 26-7 after a 95-yard touchdown run by Pierre Chadwick. Back to pass, Keone looking to his left. Looking, and that's going to be intercepted by Maryville. Kia down the sideline. Gets down to the 10 and inside the 10-yard line. And we've got a flag. And the flag by the referee, he was looking back at the Maryville bench and probably going to be a sideline violation. You know, that's no matter what side you're on, that's a poor call. I mean, the guy just intercepts a pass. And, of course, the bench is going to go a little bit crazy.
We have sideline interference against Maryville. They'll be added assisted into the run. First down.
Well, I won't, just a lot of words to describe that call, and I don't care to say any of them right now. So let's play football. It'll be first and 10 at the 21-yard line. Nice interception by Maryville's Kia from Clarksville, Tennessee.
After the penalty, it's first and 10 for Maryville at the 21.
That's a terrible call. Anyway, here we go. Starting at quarterback will be Adamson. They'll shift Hess from the right to the left side. And getting the ball and not getting anywhere is Hairston. So 2-yard loss. Maryville looking pretty docile on offense here lately. Little quick pass to the outside, caught. A couple of good blocks. And getting a few yards is Ligon. Ligon gets across to 20. So the ball was second and 13. It's now third and 8, so 5-yard gain. Boy, Pierre Chadwick would love to have that interception back. Ball at the 19-yard line. Kane Adamson, the quarterback. Back to pass. No pressure. Throws into triple coverage. And Siegel got hammered. Fourth and 8. Know what Siegel's upset about, but he is. He got hammered by 3 guys. If you're going to go yell at anybody, yell at your quarterback. Hate to say that, but he's the one that threw it in. But I think Siegel felt he got hit in the head by a helmet. Without a replay, I couldn't tell you. 36-yard field goal. Goes up, sails over the uprights, and it's good. Another field goal for Maryville. And Maryville now leads 29-7. Should be 29. And it is. So 29-7, and that particular 3 points, a 30-yard, 35-yard field goal. We'll wait for the stats to set here. Want to thank our sponsors today. We can get to the right page. Our game sponsors for the year are Blunt Partnership, Jasper Highlands, Premier Transportation, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. We'd also like to thank the Hampton Inn, the Hilton, La Quinta Inns and Suites, the Courtyard Marriott, and Holiday Inn Express for their support during this season. Also, we'd like to thank Kenjo Markets, Firehouse Subs, Realty Trust Group, LeConte Wealth Management as well. The kickoff comes down to about the 20, and getting about 8 or 9 yards is the Methodist ball carrier. TJ Wright. And some tempers are starting to flare out there. Keep it cool on both sides, guys. So this will be the first offensive series. Second offensive series, of the half for the Monarchs. A new tailback for the Monarchs. And getting up into the mesh and getting a few yards and still going is a number 42. That's Howard. Vontre Howard. Howard gets himself about 5. Got a tight end in now, or a setback, so to speak. H-back, they call it. Ball to be handed off to Howard as he skirts to the outside. Now he's going to get taken down quickly by Bo Herring of Maryville, a freshman linebacker. Bo Herring, 6'1", 215 from Navarre High School in Navarre, Florida. I believe that's on the west coast, down near Naples. Southwest coast. Keone, back to pass. Going to throw it outside here to Cummings, and Cummings is going to get the first down, and he's their go-to guy. First and 10, ball goes out to the 44-yard line. First and 10, Maryville up 29-7 at the 10-20 mark here in the third quarter. Keone passing almost exclusively. Little give and go. Going to throw over the middle, and it's caught by Cummings, and Cummings with a big 20-yard gain out to the Maryville, down to the Maryville 35. Little quick hitch, and then the hitch and go into the middle. Gets the first down. Ball resting at the 35-yard line of Maryville. Methodist with the ball. Keone back to pass. No. Quick handoff, and going nowhere is the tailback Vontae Howard. Tackle by 44. That's Trent Cumby, the junior from Cookeville, Tennessee, 6'3", 245. 4-yard loss. Three wideouts right, one to the left. Keone from the hash mark. Fakes the handoff. Going to look to pass. Going to throw the ball, and it is incomplete. And putting some really good pressure on the quarterback was Ferguson of Maryville, the sophomore defensive lineman. He did that while being held. It'll be third down and 14. Out comes Trent Cumby, and in goes Joyce. Back to pass, some pressure, and there will be a sack. Sacked by Frances Marshall. It may not be ruled a sack as he got, I believe, a yard. This is going to be, they say loss of a yard. So that was a sack. Be fourth down and 15. Ball will be at the Maryville 35. Got to get down to the 25-yard line for a first down. Their go-to guy has been the wideout on this side, looks like Dylan Cummings. 5'10", 190-pound senior. Taking a lot of time, clock down to 5 seconds. I guess they're going to call a timeout. Well, they're going to take a delay of game, I guess. Did he take a timeout? I don't know. Haven't seen a signal. Haven't seen a flag. Yeah. I'm not sure about why they did that. My only thought is the punter can't kick a 40-yard punt. Can kick a 45, but not a 40. I guess Maryville, if I was Maryville, I'd decline it.
5-yard penalty puts the ball at the 45. It's 4th and 20.
Back deep for Maryville.
Deep for Maryville.
Ogle.
Here, Chadwick.
Nope, it's 19 Chadwick. Again, the numbers are hard to read. And the ball sails over the head of the punter, and the punter does a good job of kicking it out of bounds. Good job by Lamellis to get that ball down the field a little bit. But all that penalty and stuff got a net maybe 5 yards. No. Let's see where they put it. A net of 7 yards. Maybe 8. So in at quarterback for Maryville is Kane Edmondson. Going to pull the ball out, takes the ball, throws, caught complete, and now we've got a flag.
Adamson's pass is complete.
Looks like it'd be a holding.
Downfield, 74.
Illegal man downfield, 74 for Maryville. These little tiny mistakes this late in the season. Kind of irritates you as a coach. So it's a spot foul, be 1st and 15. Well, actually, it's a 10-yard penalty. Back to the 22. Adamson hands the ball off, and getting hemmed in the backfield and maybe getting a few yards back was Christmas. He'll lose 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 yards. I suspect a lot of in and out by Maryville, but not a whole lot of forward. It's second and, let's call it 17. Adamson is not going to throw the ball. Son, throw the ball out of bounds instead of taking a loss. So it's third down, and Maryville another 3 yards back.
Adamson carries the ball. DeMontre Wright and Mark Stanford combine on the tackle.
Adam's got a funny throwing motion, throws that sidearm ball. Ball's got to go out to the 37, 38 yard line for a first down. Adamson back to pass. And he decides not to pass. So it'll be fourth down, and that a very poor showing for Maryville right there.
Brandon Bagley in on the tackle. Brings up fourth down from the 17.
So the Monarchs are going to get after the short punt, which Maryville had the ball at the 35-yard line, and then they just went backwards all the way back to the 17 with a penalty and 3 straight losses on running plays. Standing about at the 2-yard line, Maryville's punter. It's a very nice punt. Going to be a fair catch and be caught at the 43-yard line, make it 44 of Methodist. And that man receiving that catch was Dylan Cummings. So they get some pretty good field position. Pretty much about where they were when they punted the ball. So here we go again. 29-7 Maryville, 5:53 left to go. Make it 5:33 left to go in the third quarter. Little give and go, long pass downfield, and that's just going to be a pass interference play. As number 28 for Maryville, Andrew Collins, I believe it was 28. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And that's a rule which is different than the National Football League. In the National Football League, the penalty would be down where the flag was committed, where the flag was thrown or the infraction was committed. Here, it's a 15-yard penalty. So you're coached as a defensive back. If the guy gets behind you and the ball's coming, tackle him even if he doesn't have the ball, because what's worse, a 25-yard gain or a touchdown or a 15-yard penalty. So that takes it to the Maryville 41-yard line where it's first and 10 Monarchs. Keone back to pass. Looking, steps up in the pocket, throws it into the corner. And good job over there on the defense.
Keone's pass is incomplete.
The defender over there was Jordan Early, if I'm not mistaken.
Second down 10 at the 41.
2nd and 10. Very little running right now by the Monarchs. And they'll get one there. And again, bouncing it to the outside, making some people miss, getting good yardage, is Monte Deers. Burton on the tackle for Maryville. A 7-yard gain. Makes it 3rd and 3. Maryville set up in a base defense. They'll go back to pass, little what they call Iowa shovel pass, and Maryville not having any of it. And that's going to bring up 4th down, maybe a yard loss. I believe the tackle there was made by Ronald Eccles. They say it was Tavon Johnson. It's going to be 4th down and 4, yard loss. I believe this is the 4th time they've gone for it on 4th down. And again, their go-to guy would be Dylan Cummings, who's in motion right now. And he throws it over the head of DeCalvius Butler. So again, 4th down, no yards. Maryville takes over on downs. And they'll take over on downs with 3:55 left to go in this 3rd quarter. They lead 29-7. 10 points scored in this quarter on a field goal and a 95-yard touchdown return on the opening kickoff of the 2nd half by Elijah Chenier. New quarterback for Maryville. Castillo. And the running back is Rachel. Castillo handing the ball off to Rachel. Rachel right up the gut, breaks a tackle and gets some extra yardage. Looks like he's going to get 5 or 6. Looks like he was stopped right there in the mesh and somehow spurted out. Good strong legs by number 42, Elijah Castillo. 5'8", 190 from Decatur, Georgia. Let's call it 2nd and a long 4. Castillo back in at quarterback with 3:24 left to go in the 3rd quarter. He'll pull it out and he'll run. Now he's going to pass the ball downfield. And we've got, I thought that was a penalty, but it's yellow shoes. Michael Smith wanting to enlist the support of a referee for pass interference. Not going to happen. So it'll be 3rd down and let's call it 5. Castillo from Richardson, Texas. Snap. Little sweep coming to the outside and good cut up the field. And just getting tripped up was Elijah Rachel. He'll get the 1st down. Nice cut up the field. Looks like the tackle was made by Jared Nobles. And Maryville with the run again, it's Rachel up the middle. And he's going to get 10, maybe a little more. Keep running it. So Maryville down at the 43-yard line of Greensboro, and you can wear them down. And waiting for the referees. Clock is running now. They're not waiting for the referees. Castillo, the quarterback for Maryville. Handoff again right up the middle and churning his way and getting himself some yardage. Still going with scrum. Gets down to the 30-yard line. That's going to be about a 7 or 8 yard gain. And that'll be another 1st down for the Fighting Scots. 1st and 10 at the Methodist 29-yard line. Maryville up 29-7 with 2:07 left to go in this 3rd quarter here at Maryville. It's homecoming. Home to Howie. I'll explain that later. And again, it goes to Rachel. And we've got an injured player on the field for Methodist. It's E.J. White, the junior. Home to Howie, that's kind of the slogan for homecoming. Come home to Howie, which is the Chilhowie Mountains, which front here at Maryville. If you've never been here, you're looking at quite a beautiful setting. To the east are the mountains, the Smoky Mountains, the Chilhowie Range. From here, you can see the highest peak in the Smoky Mountains. And you can see several others that are over 5,000 feet here. But the initial range on this side is the Chilhowie Mountains. I'm going to take a quick break as we have an injury timeout on the field. Maryville leads 29-7. And we get ready for action. Maryville again leading 29-7 with 1:40 left to go in this third quarter. They're down at the 29-yard line of Methodist. Methodist on defense. Back to pass. And that ball's going to go down the middle of the field. And that goes over the head of everybody. The pass by Castillo. Both teams trying to get going in the conference. Maryville 3-3 overall, 1-2 in the conference. This will even them up in the conference. They've lost to Huntington last week and lost to North Carolina Wesleyan 2 weeks before that. Third down and 10, Maryville. Castillo, the quarterback, takes the snap from the shotgun, back to pass. Going to throw this deep downfield, and it is intercepted in the end zone. Oh, they say incomplete now. Said he was out of bounds. Nice pass by Castillo, but it drifted off to the left. I think Castillo, had he thrown that ball pretty much on the line, would have had that. Got a good arm. This is a 46-yard field goal by Hubbs. He's already made a 45-yarder. (29-7) with 1:12 left to go in the third quarter. Set. The kick looks long enough, sails, and it is going to be good. And Hubbs with by a 46-yarder, he's already kicked a 45-yarder. So that's going to make it 32-7. Four field goals by Ian Hubbs today. And two long ones, 45-yarder and a 46-yarder. Remember, playing without their starting quarterback, their starting quarterback, Adam Diggs, who received a concussion in a game last week. The junior from Knoxville, Tennessee, went to Fulton High School, 4A football power here in the area. Ian Hubbs went to Palm Coast High School, is from Palm Coast High School in Matanzas, Florida. I'll say that's on the east coast of Florida. I could be wrong. Looking into the sun are the receivers of Methodist. This kick's going to come up short, And it comes down to that big old lineman, and he's going to get himself tackled at about the 20, make it 35-yard line.
Here's Turner returns the kick.
Turner returning that kick. That's his second return. So the ball will come out to the not 35, the 25. So Methodist takes over. Back in at quarterback is Steve Keone. Keone hands the ball off and getting some tough yardage. Tailback Vontae Howard. It's about 3. And it's Chadwick down on the ground. Not sure what's going on there. And I'd like to thank some of our sponsors today. Ken Joe Markets, Firehouse Subs, Realty Trust Group, LeConte Wealth Management, along with the Hampton Inn, the Hilton, La Quinta Inns and Suites, Courtyard Marriott, and the Holiday Inn Express. Also, our key sponsors for the year, the Blunt Partnership, which is the Chamber of Commerce, Jasper Highlands, Premier Transportation, they're the bus service that takes Maryville all over the country in any sport, and Smoky Mountain Brewery right here a couple miles across the field here. Chadwick looks like he's got a cramp or something, because he just fell down like he was shot. Won't speculate, but he'll come off the field. So it'll be second down and 7, make it 6 for Methodist. With 42 seconds left to go in this third quarter, they're down 32-7. Keone, the quarterback. He'll give the ball to Deers, and Deers gets to the outside. He'll get about 2 or 3 into the boundary on that side. It'll be third and probably 4 or 5. Third and 5, got a yard on that. Ball at the 30-yard line. Keone 11 for 26. Goes back to pass. Going to take that ball and run it just as the quarter ends, and he's going to get thrown for a loss. And the tackle made by Maryville's Trent Cumby. So we'll switch sides with Maryville leading at the end of 3 quarters, 32-7.
Next week, Maryville travels to Danville, Virginia to play Averett. That's a 1 o'clock start. We'll be back home 2 weeks from today, November the 4th, as Maryville hosts LaGrange. And November the 11th, Maryville hosts Barham. All those are 1 o'clock starts.
Welcome back. And we've got a timeout. Maryville doesn't have enough guys on the field, it looks like. So Maryville takes the timeout to start the fourth quarter. They lead 32-7 here at Maryville. Next week, Maryville travels to Everett. It's a 1 p.m. start. You can hear that game on mcscotts.com or go to the Everett webcast. 2 weeks from now, Maryville will be back at home on November 4th against LaGrange. That's at 1 p.m. That's 1 p.m. And also the last game of the season, November 11th, last regular season, November 11th against Ferrum. That's also 1 p.m. So getting ready to punt for the Methodist Monarchs. Robert Lamellis. Good snap this time. Maryville with some good pressure. We picked up at the 38-yard line. And getting away and cutting upfield to the 50 is the Maryville tailback, Clayton Ogle.
Clayton Ogle returns the punt.
32-7 your score here as we start the fourth quarter. Maryville's first drive. Good run back by Ogle. The ball is out to the 50-yard line.
Has the ball first and 10 at midfield.
New quarterback for Maryville. Well, that's Chris Castillo, so not a new quarterback. Chenier up into the mesh with a couple of yards. He'll get 4. He'll make it second and 6. Castillo. And it goes to Chenier, and Chenier going to get through, and he just churns down for great yardage, and the helmet comes popping. It's McCracken's helmet comes off his head. He'll have to leave for one play. 14:07 left to go in the game. Maryville in the lead, 32-7. Castillo, the quarterback for Maryville. And he'll hand off to Chenier, and Chenier drives through for 4, maybe 5, to the 31-yard line. Right on the tackle for the Monarchs.
At the 31 is 2nd down 5 to go.
Castillo, also a freshman quarterback for Maryville in there. And he's shared duties today with Kane Admonson. Castillo going to take that ball and go up the middle, and he'll get close to the first down. Not sure he got it. It's a design quarterback run over to the B gap, which is the right side of the center. And that's going to be 3rd down and inches. Normal quarterback for Maryville is Adam Diggs, and he's been out with a concussion. So Maryville comes back today with 2 quarterbacks, 2 freshmen. Chenier right up the middle, and he'll pound through, holding that ball with 2 hands, and he'll get about 4 to 5 yards. 1st and 10, Fighting Scots, and we've got a man down, and that's an interior lineman. Hate to see that. Might be Justin Bird. Can't tell. And Bird getting up. We got rolled up on, so he'll come off under his own power. And taking his place is Isaac Bobrand. I believe that's who it is. Isaac Bobrand, a freshman from Houston, Texas, 6'1", 270. So 1st and 10 for Maryville at the 26-yard line. And hopefully Bird will be okay. Bird, a senior. Castillo taking that ball himself. He'll sprint to the outside, and he'll get close to the first down. He runs out of bounds.
Quarterback Chris Castillo carries the ball. Carlos McCracken in on the tackle.
12-13 left to go in this game. Maryville up 32-7. Castillo put into the action today again because Adam Diggs, the starting quarterback, not available, and also was Kane Edmondson. So both have put Maryville out front. Low snap. Pass going to be into the corner, and that's going to be intercepted as the Maryville receiver, Jordan Liggins, stopped. And that goes down as an interception against Castillo, but Liggins pulled up his route. So Maryville that's the second interception that's kind of stopped a good drive by Maryville. First and 10 now for the Monarchs. Again, going all the way for the Monarchs. Keone, he'll go back and he'll hand the ball off on a little jet sweep and a good cutback by Deers. Gets about 7 or 8 yards. Decker making the tackle for Maryville. .11:08 left to go in the game. Maryville up by 25 points. 32-7. And again, it's a good run through the line of scrimmage by Deers. He'll get out of bounds. Tackled by Jordan Early of Maryville. Steve Harwell in the game for Maryville. It's an interior lineman. Maryville filtering in some two-tier players. And a good run right up the middle by Vontre Howard. Marshall on the tackle. Bo Herring in at linebacker for Maryville. Trey Melton also in. 5'11", 210-pound linebacker from Dillon, South Carolina. Ball right at the 50-yard line with 10:05 left to go in the game. And that little look-in pass, skinny post, so to speak, caught complete by Jay Robinson. And now we're going to get some flags, and we believe, we'll see. I believe it's going to be on Jay Robinson. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. He had difficulty in getting off the pile, and a little knee to the head, and then a push by Jay Robinson. Now, they called it on both, but I thought it was going to go the other way. So with the other participant in that was Jordan Early. Said it was number 13, Jared Nobles, not 18. First and 10, so all that for nothing. Back to pass. Little quick pass inside, and it's going to be complete for a big gainer. Complete to Robert Pitts. And Damon Griggs is down for the for Methodist. Score here 32-7 Maryville with 9:38 left to go in the game. It's homecoming here at Maryville. Lots of festivities. Had some people inducted into the Wall of Fame. Jim Pavo, a longtime coach, 16 years here. Ali Sharabi, soccer. John Roselle played baseball here with a .374 career batting average and 114 RBIs. D. Bell, 500 rebounds, 522 in his career, was the 12th best scorer in Maryville history with 1,149 points. T.J. Emery, football, an All-American punter, averaged 42 yards per punt. 9,213 yards is a record, as is the 42.2 yards per punt. T.J. Emery into the Wall of Fame. Also, Jenna Jones, 4-year career in volleyball, had some of the best stats in Maryville history. They won 122 and 29 while she was here. And up gingerly is Damon Griggs. He'll be helped off the field. But Jenna Jones Campbell, also a Wall of Fame inductee with 1,677 career kills. It's 4 kills per game, basically. So we're going to get back to the action here. 32-7 your score with 9:39 left to go in the game. Maryville leading. Wait till Griggs gets off the field. I hope he's all right. The 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line of Maryville. Methodist. Howard the tailback. Keone is the quarterback with Cummings in motion. Going to look deep. And sitting down in that zone and breaking away and going into for a score is Xavier McNeil. 29 yards for the touchdown for Greensboro with 9:23 left to go in the game. It's going to make it 32-13. Plenty of time left for something to happen here. The kicker for Greensboro, Landon Chevron. Cummings, the holder, he can run. Cummings. Set, kick, looks good from here, and it is, and it's 32-14 with 9:23 left to go in the game. Maryville leading. We'll be right back.
Have you followed Maryville College athletics on social media? The Scots are currently ranked as the number 5 Division III athletics social media platform in the nation. Follow your hometown
Welcome back, everybody. George DeBobby here. This webcast today brought to you by the Blunt Partnership, Jasper Highlands, Premier Transportation, and Smoky Mountain Brewery, along with the Hampton Inn, the Hilton, La Quinta Inns and Suite, Courtyard Marriott, Holiday Inn Express, and Kenjo Markets, Firehouse Subs, Realty Trust Group, and LeConte Wealth Management. Thank you all to those sponsors for helping us support the Scots Athletic Program in the 2017 and 18 season. And here we go. And this is going to be a little pooch kick. Going to be caught by Maryville across the 40-yard line. Good job coming up to make that catch on the little pooch kick was Trey Melton. Very good job by Melton. Little pooch kick trying for the onside kick. They kicked it into an area where there was not any bodies, but Maryville takes over in very good field position at the 42-yard line. Castillo, quarterback for Maryville. Hands the ball and right up the middle. I believe that's Chenier. He's going to get, or Harrison, excuse me, gets back to the line of scrimmage. Devin Montgomery is in there at offensive line for Maryville. A starter. And across the 50-yard line and down to the 40 goes Harrison. That'll be a 1st and 10 for Maryville. 15-yard gain. Jones on the tackle for the Monarchs. So a first down at the 8:20 mark for Maryville. 32-14 your score. Castillo, the quarterback, will go to the sideline for some instructions. Plays being signaled in right at the 50-yard line. And again, it's Harrison, and Harrison spins off and gets into the backfield of Methodist and gets another first down. Harrison getting the bulk of the load today. A freshman running back, 5'9", 170 from Harrison, Georgia. Looks a little bigger than 170 and looks a little bigger than 5'9". He'll get the ball in the handoff in a little outside sweep, cuts it inside, gets across the 20, and he'll get himself about 8 or 9 yards. Harrison with 9:22 left, make it 7:05 left. Maryville leading 32-7 on this homecoming. Big crowd today, probably 4,000 to 5,000. Many of them heading off to homecoming festivities already. Castillo, hand off to Harrison, same play, and he'll be met handily there by Kevin Waits, the junior defensive back from Georgetown, South Carolina. Ball at the 17, that's 1st and 10. Hard run, hard hit. Wide out to the far right side for Maryville is Jordan Ligon. He's way out there. In motion is Michael Smith, ending up in the slot position. To Harrison on the sweep. He'll cut it inside, and Harrison's going to get himself about 3 or 4. Clock running. Maryville has 2 timeouts and Methodist with 3. 6 minutes left to go in the game. Harrison comes out, and in goes Christmas.
Second down, 7 yards to go.
Chase Christmas from Huntersville, North Carolina. Went to Hopewell High School, 5'7", 185. Smith in motion, right, left. And it's going to be Castillo with the run. Castillo breaks the tackle and gets a yard or two to the outside. Be 3rd down and 5. Ball looks like it's about on the 12 or 13 yard line. Yeah, ball says the clock says the ball's on the 7. It's on the 12. Kind of messes you up when you're calling the game and you see one thing and you see another. 3rd and 5. Christmas right up the middle. He'll get hit at the line of scrimmage. A nice tackle met at the line of scrimmage there. Dylan Betts. So it's going to be 4th and 5. What is Maryville going to do here? I believe they're going to go for it here in 4th and 5. 32-14 with 4 minutes left to go. Maryville going on it, 4th and 5. Maryville going to take a timeout here. 5 on the play clock. And Maryville lets the clock run out. But before that happens, they call a timeout. And we'll have another field goal, I would think. Maryville tried to draw him off sides. Maryville used its 2nd timeout. And they'll discuss it, but out on the field is Ian Hubbs. Well, there goes Hubbs now. The holder is Kenneth Horn, the senior from Nahutta, Georgia. This will be a 30-yard field goal. He's already made a 45 and a 46. This will be his 5th field goal today. He's made 4. No wind at all. Sails through, it's good, and Maryville goes up 35 to 14. Number 5 on the field goals, and that's quite an accomplishment. And 2 of those were long ones, 46 and 45 yarders. So Maryville leading 35-14 with 3:36 left to go in the game. Methodist has moved the ball. And they've got 3 timeouts. Hubbs getting ready to kick off. Easter back deep, along with Ellerby. It's going to be short, fair catch called at the 44-yard line. Excuse me, by number 44, Tracy Fusilier. The five field goals by Maryville today by Ian Hubbs. That breaks a Maryville College record. 5 field goals today. A new record by Ian Hubbs, the junior, 6 foot, 205 pounds from Palm Coast, Florida. Congratulations, Ian. Back to pass. Keone, and he throws a strike. A 13-yard gain. Cummings on the tackle. Henderson on the tackle. Throw goes out to the sideline, complete. Keone gets decked. I don't understand that. One of the Methodist players took 2 steps forward and no call right in front of the referee. Ball down to the 44-yard line. Keone back to pass. Little bit of a rush. Keone gets tackled on a nice sack by Trey Melton, the sophomore linebacker. It won't be a sack. The 43-yard line, he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Clock down to 2:31. And they'll give it up the middle. And that's Vontae Howard. So clock running, 21-point deficit by the Monarchs. And they are in no hurry. 3rd and 9. They've just wasted 15 seconds right there. Keone back to pass to the sideline, and it is incomplete. Well, that'll stop the clock with 1:53 left to go. It's 4th down and 9. Not sure why it's taking so long to get the plays in, although that clock's not running. The one before was 16 seconds before they got to playing. Keone back to pass, and he's going to get sacked. Man that finished the job was Denaeus Ferguson. But the man that kind of really flushed him out was Trey Melton. We're going to put another quarterback in. Trey Pope from Bluntville, Tennessee. 6'2", 190, went to Sullivan Central. With 1:46 left to go, Maryville up 35-14. 5 field goals by Maryville's Ian Hubbs, a school record. A 46-yarder and a 45-yarder among those. Little high snap, and it's Christmas getting tackled in the backfield. Nice short tackle by Tristan Ellerby. Zach Lehman now in the offensive line, along with Jonathan Husbands, both sophomores. Lehman from Skipperville, Alabama, and Husbands from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Goes to Christmas, and he'll get into the mesh and get about 3 yards. Jay Martin going into the game for Maryville from Bartlett, Tennessee. Martin 5'10", 210. Quarterback Trey Pope in there as well. Zaylen Wolfork in the game from Hiram, Georgia. Also looks like it's Junior Lee in the game for Maryville. And clock runs down to 20 seconds, and that'll be the end of the game. Maryville wins today, 35-14. And they will be here or on the road next week against Averett. Maryville goes to 4-3 and 2-2 in the USA South Conference. Maryville wins today, 35-14. I'm going to sign off tonight. So next week we won't be here. We'll be away at Averett. That's a 1 o'clock kickoff. You can listen to it on mcscotts.com or the Averett webcast. This is George DeBobby saying so long, everybody. At homecoming here in Maryville, they win 35-14 over the Methodist Monarchs.